Christmas is just around the corner, and I cannot wait to show you all the decorating I've done inside and out this year. Sparkling string lights from Lowe's line the porch roof this year, while twinkling lights from Menards wrap the columns. The column lights have other settings as well, which will be fun to change through this season. To bring the lighted look above without a ladder, I have timer lighted snowflakes in the upper panes, wire string lights, and candle lights, including this candelabra up top to bring more visual lighted weight above. I had a blast decorating around the front door this year. I was really excited to go back to using real greenery and decided to keep the colors classic. The planters have about 3 spruce tops in the center, wrapped in these cute LED rice lights. White pine branches are tucked in to accent throughout the arrangement. And artificial berry stems are mixed in here and there to add some classic Christmas red coloring to the design. Artificial holly leaves add an old-fashioned look, and some large glittering gold stems from Joann Fabrics accent the arrangement in a few places. I added a few branches of other greenery to overflow the planter edge, as you can see here. And I decided to go the easy route this year and bought these bows at Michael's. The bow is wired to a bamboo stake that I placed into the soil of the planter to hold it in place. This was such an easy Christmas garland to put together. I started with an artificial pine garland that I wrapped in the rice lights. This is the artificial garland here, and these are real greenery branches I tucked in to give the garland a more realistic look. This is another one of those bows. I tucked the ribbon tails under here, and then added some matching velvet ribbon, tucking the ribbon into the garland and using an artificial branch to hold the ribbon in place. But basically, the ribbon just bubbles out of the garland, easily creating a festive holiday look. I found this fresh wreath at Home Depot and thought it was perfect for the front door. I did add some twinkling timer lights to it, which I'll show in the nighttime segment of this video. The front planters are dressed similar to the others, but without bows to keep the attention on the porch. This little pine tree we planted 5 years ago is actually starting to get big, at least compared to what it was when we planted it. This year, I decorated it with cascading twinkling wire lights from Menards. At the very top is a metal ring with strands of wire lights that you unroll and let fall down the length of the tree. They don't look like much during the day, but you'll see during the nighttime segment how neat, bright, and sparkling these 800 count lights are. But yes, it was a fun way to decorate this tree this year. The smaller pine is wrapped in regular LED string lights, as is the mulberry tree behind that. More greens decorate the smaller planter next to the garage. And up above is a huge, fresh evergreen wreath we purchased at Home Depot that we wrapped in twinkling lights. I decided to leave in the dried grasses from summer and just tuck in some spruce tops and berry branches for a naturey look reminiscent of walking through golden grass at a Christmas tree farm. But now, let's continue the tour inside where it's warm. Our home was built in 1898, and we just love it. I decided to swag the staircase garland in one long swoop this year to elongate the look and make the staircase look more elegant and grand. I started with a realistic plain garland, as you see here, and then added and tucked in a few embellishments like these artificial holly leaves and berries, red shatterproof ornaments in glitter, shiny, and matte, and added some cluster string lights to make the garland extra bright. I wrapped the garland around the post here for a decorative way to bring the garland to the floor. And one of the best things about how I draped the garland this year is I didn't need to use any ties. The garland is simply swagged over the railing and wrapped around the posts. Over here is my new vintage wood cabinet and Christmas mice display. I actually bought this cabinet to store my Goosebump book collection. I decorated this small tree with twinkling timer lights, and then added these adorable holiday mouse ornaments. These are something I have available in my online shop, Clock & Corbel, so you're welcome to check them out if you like. I'll have a link to my shop in the description below. Unfortunately, I don't have these large mice in my shop. They were a fun antique shop find years ago, and I just love decorating with them each year. Decorating with Christmas mice is something Tim's gram loved, and is something my grandma loves too, so it is fun to bring the tradition into our home as well. On the wall above my desk is this cool wire card holder I found at an antique shop. As many of you who watched my videos through the years know, I love collecting vintage postcards, and this is now another fun new way for me to display some of them. Below are some Santas I purchased at Goodwill a few years ago. And next to that, another very pretty postcard and a quill. Over here is my Christmas advent calendar I made out of felt, based off of one I had when I was a kid. The season starts with all the ornaments on the day numbers below. Then each day I get to place an ornament on the tree above to decorate it. The angel is always the last ornament that I place on December 25th. Across from the stairs are more festive decorations, including the Santa hat from Tim's dad, and these Christmas mice from Tim's gram. This beautiful card, along with others, was sent to me by one of my viewers, and these are some super cute Joanna Parker Christmas pieces that I'm excited to have in my shop this year. One fun part of having my online shop is finding fun things that I hope turn into happy traditions for others. Items that make people smile and make their holidays maybe just a little brighter. A simple container of holly with lights completes this little vignette that rests on a cozy winter scarf. Another scarf decorates a hook over here, along with these mice in a matchbook that Tim found. And this jingle bell necklace my grandparents made for me when I was a kid. Next to the front door is a cozy, flickering Christmas nightlight of a Santa and reindeer by a campfire. I just love holiday nightlights and think they add such a warm look to a room. And above is a Christmas card I just had to frame. It was just too cute not to keep. In the fireplace room is the main Christmas tree decorated in green, red, and gold. This is the Twinkling Grand Duchess fir tree from Home Depot, and I absolutely love the lights. The tree itself is pretty realistic and has a beautiful shape to it too. If you'd like to see how this tree was decorated and learn a little more about the tree itself, you're welcome to check out that decorating video, which I'll have linked below. Aside from decorating, I've been busy wrapping Christmas gifts too. I decided to coordinate the gifts with the tree this year, so mostly they are red and green. And yes, those are stick-on bows. Of course, they are easier to use than actual ribbon, but I chose them this year for nostalgic reasons, as they remind me of the wrapping our Christmas gifts had when we were kids. I remember we used to sneak and stick the bows on each other's backs when we were little and see how long it took for the other to realize it was there. Usually you would sit down in a chair and lean back, feeling something crunch on your back. That, or feel the bow on your back when you put your coat on to go play in the snow. But I moved the seating area and rug next to the fireplace for the Christmas season, and decided to leave the mantle mirror bare so you could see the Christmas tree reflected in it. On the bench, I have this classic Christmas book, a story which I know from movies but have actually never read. So that is something I'm looking forward to this December. This intricate Mary pillow I found at HomeGoods brings some red and gold across the room to this chair. And a cozy cabin scene blanket, also from HomeGoods, adds some coordinating coloring over here as well. I believe this throw was $25, but it's so soft. So I purchased a new electric fireplace insert and I just love it. This one projects light on the brick behind it to look like flames. The logs light up, and it heats. The lighted logs kind of fade brighter and dimmer, which is neat, and it just has to be plugged in. I just love it though. It makes the room look and feel so cozy, and price-wise, it was less than half the cost of the previous one I had, so that is something fun as well. I dressed the mantle with a plain, realistic greenery garland I purchased at HomeGoods, and then added lights, amaryllis flowers, berry branches, holly leaves, and tucked in ribbon similar to how I did on the front door garland for a simple but showy Christmas design. The living room is decorated in softer, more neutral colors, starting with this adorable sparkling snowman decoration I have a few of available on my website. And below is a vintage tinsel garland I found at a local antique shop. Here are more of my vintage Christmas postcards. Many of these are over 100 years old. I know this is a Christmas video, but I just had to show you these cool pillows from Target. These are John Durain brand and are nicely detailed. I believe the turkey was $40, and surprisingly the mushroom was just $15. But I moved the antique table from the fireplace room over here to display this adorable 4.5-foot tree from Target. I decorated it in golds and neutral colored ornaments, and leaf stems to create a soft, warm, elegant look. Smaller trees can be really fun as they take fewer ornaments, take up less space in a decorated room, and less space in storage, and can be just as intriguing, sparkling, and festive as a full-size Christmas tree. Below is another Christmas mouse, this one in a nest holding a little jingle bell. I'm using an antique stand for a decorative base for this tree. Another fun antique shop find, along with this book. And quickly, I wanted to show you this neat way to control all your lighted decorations. These are smart plugs that you set up with an app on your phone. Then go into the app to turn the decorations on and off. In the app, you can also set schedules for each plug so they turn on the same time each day if you like. And there are outdoor versions too. Tim numbered them to make it easier to tell them apart. But yes, they make it a lot simpler to control all the Christmas lights. Across the living room on the couch is a cozy, oversized blanket. Pancakes staring in the background, and some fun pillows I found at Joann Fabrics a few years ago. Why not give Pancakes a little moment in the spotlight? He is just so adorable, just the happiest little fish. But on the coffee table is one of my brother's candles from his Etsy shop. He gave me some new scents to try like this one, but if you're looking for some fun gifts for others or even yourself, I'll have his Etsy shop linked below in the video description. These were another HomeGoods find, and these have been a tradition to set out each year. They are just such cute little antique books. Another tradition is setting up this nativity. My grandparents had this at their home when I was a kid, and I remember looking at it every Christmas. There is something so calming and hopeful about looking at a nativity scene. Something that makes you pause and think about a deeper meaning behind the celebration that is Christmas. My grandpa built the barnwood portion of this set, which makes it even more special. Back to the festive Christmas colors, the dining room table is adorned once again with the large silver reindeer and sleigh I purchased from HomeGoods. This year, I decorated it a little different by adding a red velvet ribbon collar to the reindeer, along with the golden jingle bells that I added with hot glue. A floral arrangement fills the sleigh this year with white pine sprays, large berry branches, interesting colored amaryllis blossoms, some holly stems, and some timer wire lights for at night. And a short piece of pine garland drapes over the edge of the sleigh onto the table, continuing the floral design below the reindeer. I found these neat water and heat resistant placemats at HomeGoods this year. I loved the look, but also that they are wipeable and more durable than cloth placemats. And I thought they looked nice with the Santa plates, something I purchased at HomeGoods a few years ago. The napkin rings and napkins are also HomeGoods finds. I find so many fun things there. Flameless LED taper candles rest in vintage brass-colored candle holders my brother gifted me a few years ago, also decorated with a bell and velvet ribbon. And you probably guessed it, another cute HomeGoods find. I added some small wreaths to the windows just to add a little holiday coloring to the upper panes. And on the other side of the room, the buffet is decorated with a small tree, decorated with these red ornaments I picked out when I was visiting my birth mother in Germany, and 3 6-foot glass beaded garlands I purchased from Balsam Hill. So I may have started collecting some new Christmas pieces again. I found these at HomeGoods and loved the classic Christmas look of them. They just feel like something I could see myself setting out every year. Heirloom-style pieces full of detail and old-fashioned Christmas-style scenes. I also snuck in some of these little retro-style snowman cutout decorations, which are some cute little holiday accents I have in my shop as well. I was gifted this Santa last year that was made by a friend of my grandparents that I used to spend time with when I was a kid. He and his wife added some fun times to our childhood, which I think of whenever I look at this little Santa. I think Christmas can mean many different things to us, but remembering good times with family and friends is one of those great things. Have to set this book out every year. Cranberry Frost is another scent my brother gave me to try, along with some white oak and acorns wax melts. I haven't tried them yet, as I'm not ready to pour out the cashmere scented ones he gave me in the warmer just yet. But again, I'll have his Etsy shop linked below that you are welcome to check out if you like. And my personal version of It's Time is this super cute Christmas chickadee decoration, complete with holly and beak and funny pose. the kitchen, I decorated the island with more classic holiday decorations, like this timer light-up gingerbread house decoration. The Santa cookie jar, another HomeGoods find. Another one of my brother's new candles, and this fun Santa tray full of holiday candy. I see a piece of Halloween candy made its way into the dish. But anyway, lots of fun candy from Dollar Tree and HomeGoods. A realistic pine garland covered in twinkling lights decorates up here. I added some red velvet ribbon bows, along with these large golden jingle bells from HomeGoods. Another garland decorates above this door, and some spode Christmas tree mugs and dishes, along with a gingerbread village wood cutout scene decorate over here. The powder room off the kitchen has this winter canvas print my brother gave me, along with some antique items on the shelf below. I have a Fraser Fir liquid soap at the sink, and this cute cardinal soap bar my brother made, still in the plastic as I can't get myself to use it. And over here, a snowman in a winter scene push-button nightlight. I love this one and plan to leave it up all winter as it doesn't really have anything specifically Christmas about it. In the little staircase, brooms, a wreath, and this funny little vintage Santa decorate the hooks. My brother pointed this out when we were at an antique shop. I think he thought the parachute-style pants with the tiny shoes were funny. Up the stairs is the little guest room. Still looking for a cute Christmas pillow for the bed. A painted Santa, small tree, and vintage books decorate this cabinet. And the shelf got a few decorations, including this Santa I bought over 15 years ago, and this small mouse clock we got from Tim's Gram. The clawfoot tub bath has a simple wreath above the tub, and another soap bar from my brother that is still in the plastic wrap because, again, I just can't get myself to use them. I also set out some peppermint bath salts and put this fun Christmas nightlight next to the mirror. So many nostalgic symbols of Christmas, and this is definitely one for me. This light is similar, but with a resting bear and flickering light bulb. In our bedroom, I decorated the bed with our stockings. Mine is the mushroom one, and Tim's is the penguin one. And here is my Harry Potter themed tree. If you'd like to see how it was decorated and get a close-up look at the ornaments, I'll have that video linked below. But this story series was such a fun part of my childhood. A story filled with imagination, magic, and an overall lesson about the importance of friendship, family, and doing what you can to make the world a better place. In an adventurous way, it teaches us that even in dark times of our lives, there is always light if we search for it. I set out the illustrated versions of the books on the dresser to bring a little of the magical theme across the room. The imagery in these is great, and I cannot wait to find time to read the story again with pictures. At the end of the hall is Marshmallow the Canary's room and my new craft space. My desk is a little messy, but it has been fun to sit next to Marshmallow and craft, listening to music on the TV that he enjoys. This was a fun antique shop find. And I found this vintage-style dog print at HomeGoods to change things above the fireplace a little. Over here is the Twinkling small tree from Walmart. I purchased this early in the fall and thought it would be great for having in the picture window. But after it gets dark out, which feels like around 2:30 this time of year, I'll show you all the Christmas lights inside and out at night.